Happy holidays, everybody. It's me, your friendly neighborhood Uncle Pete, and this is my series, Nails in the Coffin, where we learn that with great kills, there must also come great nails. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, you can read what Nails in the Coffin is all about in the section down below, because these videos really aren't film reviews, rather a breakdown of the on-screen kills, and I evaluate how well that victim responded to their attack. Before we get started with the video, I have to talk about the giveaway I'm doing this holiday season. So to be entered into my giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel and comment on any video, including YouTube Shorts, starting from the 20th of November until midnight tonight, the 18th. You only get one entry per video for your comment. So after tonight, later on this week, I'll add all the entries into a random generator and pick a winner and send you out this Funko Pop. May even throw some other stuff in there as well, just to, spread some joy this holiday season. And that's why I'm doing it. I just, want to make people happy. Send them a nice little gift in the mail. Today, we're slicing into It's a Wonderful Knife, the slasher flick that flips the holiday cheer of a beloved classic, It's a Wonderful Life, flipping it into some holiday fear. So in this video, I'm going to examine how well the victims responded when they're faced with the killer. Did they rise to the occasion, or did they fall like snow in the storm? So stick around as we break down this horror spin on a Christmas classic. Our first on-screen death is Roger Evans. He's at home on Christmas Eve tending to his fireplace. There's a knock at the door and he thinks it's Henry Waters, an asshole businessman that wants Rogers home. When Rogers opens the door, he sees a snowman. Suddenly, he's attacked by our killer dressed as a Christmas angel, and the killer tackles Roger and slashes his throat with a knife, killing him. So for our first set of nails in It's Wonderful Knife, Roger Evans earned himself 2 nails in the coffin. This is one of those kills where the victim didn't have much of a chance to defend themselves. Roger didn't make any foolish decisions here. He only opened his front door, saw a snowman, and then was attacked before he can do anything. So with kills like that, I try to go down the middle of my rating system and give them 2 nails in the coffin because they really didn't have an opportunity to defend themselves and they really didn't make any stupid decisions. Young couple Kara and Eddie are making out outside of a party. During their session, Kara pulls back and tastes something in her mouth. It's blood. She's then horrified to see that the killer, known as the Angel, has impaled Eddie through the back of his head with a large candy cane. Eddie is awarded 2 nails in the coffin. This poor kid never knew what hit him. He was just kissing his girlfriend. Next thing he knew, there was a candy cane through his head. It was a sudden kill out of nowhere. Again, he wasn't given much of a chance to do anything, and he wasn't doing anything stupid as well at the time. So, like the first set of nails, I'm going to give Eddie 2 nails in the coffin. After seeing her boyfriend killed, Kara takes off running. The angel catches up to her and stabs her through the arm, but then he disappears when she falls to the ground. She looks around for him, then he starts to stab up through the boards that she's sitting on. So she gets up, runs back to the party, starts to bang on the windows, begging for help. Of course, people just stare at her, and the angel killer shows up and finishes off with multiple stab wounds to the back. I'm going to give Kara 3 nails in the coffin. She just didn't stand there and scream like you see in most slashers. As soon as she saw she was in danger, she ran. Even as she was stabbed through the arm, she kept looking around for the killer and ran when he started to come for her again. She banged on the door screaming for help, but it's a movie and these morons just stared at her, not her fault. Kara did put up more of a fight than most people I've nailed in this series. Even after being injured, she still had, that self-preservation. She didn't do anything stupid that I saw, so she's going to be awarded with an honorable 3 nails in the coffin. Everybody runs into chaos after seeing Kara gets murdered. So Winnie, our protagonist in this film, is now being hunted by the killer. She's hiding behind some trees, and when she tries to flee, she's attacked. She's saved by her brother Jimmy, who knocks him to the ground. They're fighting, and the killer is able to shove Jimmy off of him. And then when he's looking for his knife, Winnie and Jimmy flee the area. Winnie and Jimmy run around the building, and then the angel killer shows up in front of them. Jimmy puts himself between the killer and his sister, and the two clash. The angel killer has Jimmy on the ground. He's now holding a knife over Jimmy, pushing down with Jimmy trying his best to stop the knife from going into him. Winnie, thinking smart, she grabs a pair of jumper cables connected to a battery, connects them to the killer. He starts getting electrocuted, and then she and Jimmy watch as he is electrocuted to death. Winnie then walks over to the smoldering body to see who's behind the mask. She leans over the body, removes the mask, and is shocked to see it's the scummy businessman Henry Waters. Killers are always hard to rate in this series. I had to think about this one for a minute, and I decided on giving Henry Waters 1.5 nails in a coffin. He was busy trying to kill Jimmy when he electrocuted him, and he didn't see that coming. But I had to take points off for him not being aware that Winnie was still out there. He should have had more self-awareness. Plus, I just don't like Justin Long, because I just think he has a very punchable face. And so the best I'm going to give him is 1.5 nails in a coffin, because as a killer, he should have done a lot better. We then jump to a year later, and Winnie is distraught over losing her best friend, not getting into the college she wanted, and her brother getting a brand new truck for Christmas while she got a pink tracksuit. She then goes to a party where she actually catches a boyfriend cheating on her. Winnie goes for a walk because this is all just too much for her. So she looks to the heavens at the aurora lights and says everybody would be better off if she was never born. Winnie then walks away after her wish, and she sees a man who's just stabbed in the eye by the angel killer. She screams and runs away. Now, we didn't see how this man was attacked, so he's not going to be able to get a nail rating. Moving on to our next kill. Pete is staying outside, high as a kite and drunk, and he's looking at some lights without a care in the world. The angel killer appears under light without Pete knowing, and the angel killer attacks Pete with an axe, but Pete was able to avoid that strike. Pete runs from his attacker, but he's stopped by a locked gate, and the killer is able to slash Pete in the back with an axe. But he avoids the next strike and temporarily gets away, but the killer is close behind him. The angel killer catches up to Pete, and they struggle for the axe, but Pete loses this fight. He's hit with the axe multiple times, falls to the ground, and then the angel killer finishes him off with one final blow. Good old Pete is awarded 3.5 nails in a coffin. I know that's high, but he was drunk and high, and he avoided that first attack, and he ran away knowing the danger he was in. He was slowed down by the lock gate, took a blow to the back with an axe, but it knocked him down, and he was still fighting, was able to get away from the killer for a moment. And when he was face to face with the attacker after being gravely injured, he fought for the weapon. But, like I said, these previously injuries caught up with him. He did fight to the end, and he did better than the large majority of victims I've covered on this channel. Plus, he does have a very cool name. So 3.5 nails in a coffin is going to be his Christmas present. Winnie then goes to her parents' house looking for help, but since now she was never born, they don't even know her. They want her to leave, and she's about to, but she is convinced to keep asking them for help. She returns to the kitchen and sees that her mother's being killed and the mom's boyfriend is now dead. We don't see how they were attacked, so I'm not going to be able to give them a nail rating as well. Now the angel killer is chasing Winnie, Bernie, and Gail throughout the house. Winnie hits him with the pitcher, knocking him down the stairs and temporarily knocking him out. Our three women need to step over the killer's body to get out of the house, a typical slasher trope. Winnie steps over her body and says she has to kill him. She picks up a knife, and before she does try and kill him, she takes his mask off, but the killer is not Henry Waters this time, it's her father. Whitney's in shock, and then she runs out of the house with Bernie and Gail as the angel killer decides to get up, but he actually doesn't follow them. Our three ladies decide to set a trap for the killer, and they select to lure him to the town theater so Winnie can kill him and set things right. They spring that trap in the theater, but it's not the killer, it was Robbie and Dollar. They were at the theater to celebrate their anniversary. When Gail walks out, she's gagging on blood, and then we all see she was actually stabbed in the back off screen. She falls to the floor and dies, but since she was attacked off screen, we can't give her a nail rating. The killer shuts down power to the entire theater, and everybody is cloaked in darkness. Winnie grabs her camera, and she's using a flash to get some light on the space during the confusion. In the flashes, we see the light of the angel killer attack and kill Dollar, stabbing her multiple times. We're going to give Dollar 2 nails in the coffin. Now, we don't see much of the kill. It's very quick, and we only see it in flashes. But I didn't see her do anything stupid here. This was one of those kills where the victim was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And with kills like that, I tend to give them 2 nails in a coffin since the victim was innocent, didn't make any foolish decisions, but she still was trying to get away from the killer. She just didn't stand there. So, 2 nails in the coffin. Then Robbie, he gets killed in the darkness by our angel killer, just like his girlfriend. For some reason, as Dollar, I'm going to give Robbie 2 nails in a coffin as well. Not much to see here, but he was trying to get away from the situation where he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Just like Dollar, I didn't see him make any stupid mistakes. So, down the middle, 2 nails in the coffin. Getting away from the killer, Winnie grabs a broken broom handle, running up the stairs away from him. But as he comes around the corner, he impales himself on the makeshift spear. This angel killer, David, earned himself 1 nail in the coffin. I'm not a fan of this trope in slashers where the killer or victim accidentally runs into something really sharp and ends up impaled. Maybe it's the unrealistic physics of it, or the fact that the person being impaled seems to have no reflexes whatsoever. I also feel it's just a lazy way to kill somebody, so yeah, it doesn't really make sense to me. I don't like these types of kills, running into something sharp and it goes all the way through you. I don't know, I just don't find that feasible, so for all those reasons, David only gets 1 nail in the coffin. After David's death, Winnie, she's wishing to have her life back, screaming at the aurora lights in the sky. She said that, hey, she killed the killer, she wants to go back, but nothing happens. So then she and Bernie realize that there's actually one more killer that has to die so they can set things right. Mayor Henry Waters hosts a gathering at the town square where all the attendees seem to be in a strange, trance-like state. Turning to his brother Buck, the town sheriff, Henry smirks and says, "You've been naughty." He's upset that the sheriff put in for a transfer. And then as the girls arrive, confused why everybody's just standing around, the mayor then kills his brother by stabbing him in the jaw. I'm going to award the sheriff, with 2 nails in the coffin. It was a sudden kill that he didn't see coming. He told Henry that he just didn't want to do this anymore. And as of right now, we're not too sure what the heck he was talking about. But with this kill, again, he didn't make any stupid decisions that aided in his demise. He didn't foolishly put himself in a dangerous situation here. So at the time to kill, going on what we know now with Henry Waters and his powers or something, we're not sure. And based on all that, I'm only going to give him 2 nails in a coffin since he couldn't have seen that attack coming or really have stopped it. Bernie and Winnie get on stage and they just beat the crap out of Henry, knocking him to the ground off the stage. Then the crowd start to surround him and beat him. Bernie scares up the bodyguards with the knife while Henry climbs back up on the stage, granting Winnie's leg. So he stands face to face with the duo, just insulting them. He lunges at Winnie, so Bernie stabs him in the chest with the knife, killing the scumbag. We're at the final set of nails, and it's a wonderful night, and the sleazy mayor, Henry Waters, is bestowed upon with 1 nail in the coffin. He had some type of supernatural control over the people in the town. I mean, that really was never explained. But if he did have some control, why wouldn't he use that to protect himself? Why would you grab at Winnie's throat to strangle her with Bernie standing right there holding a knife? If you could put everybody in a trance, why wouldn't you put Winnie or Bernie in a trance? That's the one part of the movie that's just kind of fuzzy to me. It didn't really make sense, but from what I can see, it was plain as day stupid what he did here, which is why he's only going to get 1 nail in a coffin. And again, it's Justin Long, who I said earlier has a very punchable face, so 1 nail in the coffin is a good fit for him. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are all my nails in the coffin for It's a Wonderful Night. Here's a summary of all my nails I've awarded. Here is the average nails in a coffin, which is 2 nails, which is one of the highest nails in a coffin averages I've had on this series. So I went back and looked over these again, and I feel all my nail ratings are accurate. I just didn't see a lot of stupid decisions in this movie, which is pretty rare for a slasher. There were a few, just not as many as you see in most slashers, as I mentioned before, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe all usual. Help me grow this channel. I'd really appreciate it. But that's it for my videos for the rest of the year. I'm going to take a little bit of break, spend time with friends and family. I hope everybody watching it has an amazing holiday and New Year. Thank you all for being awesome, and I mean that. Don't forget to leave a comment to be entered to win my Funko Pop of Wolverine. Now, if you're still watching this, comment with emoji of a Christmas tree and a knife, and I'll give you 5 extra entries into my contest just to reward you for still watching. I'll announce the winner on Friday, everybody. Thank you very much. Until then, take care, stay safe, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. I am your friendly neighborhood Uncle Pete. Remember, with great kills, there must also come great nails.